Welcome to my YouTube-based e-learning platform. In this video, we will learn how we can import ASCII data format in MATLAB. There are three common ASCII data formats. These are .dat, dat file, .csv, and .txt text files. This video is about dat files, I mean text files with extension .dat. About rest of ASCII formats, I will talk in the next video. This video has two parts. In the first part, I will share a code that load a dat file in MATLAB, and in the second part, I will talk how we can export our results or outcomes in the form of dat file. So go ahead in this video and like if you enjoy the content. If you want to see more content, feel free to subscribe the channel. Let's get started. First, a little bit about dat file. Here, you can see the dat file. Dat file and ASCII files are the files with no set format. Just see dat file that has some geophysical data, or you can say some derived or computed elastic properties as a function of depth. So the information contained inside a dat file is usually either a plain text, just like here, or a binary. And you can open these files with any standard text editor, for example, Notepad. So now I will open my MATLAB code that I'm going to present and share in today's video. As I told earlier that this video, in this video, I will share a MATLAB code or script that how logs are any geological or geophysical data that is in the format of dat file can be imported or loaded in MATLAB for further analysis, displaying, or computation. Since the current directory is the same location where I have my code, so if I click open button, MATLAB will automatically go to that folder. This is my code. You can see, and I will open it. Once I have opened the code, now I will explain and describe it. There are two approaches. One to make a live code here. That is, of course, require more time, and sometime error also appears that even increase the video length. Other is first make a code, just like here I have already made, and then share and explain. That's why I prefer the second approach. So you can see a script that in which we can upload our data that is in the form of dat file or ASCII format, and then how we can read this data, and then how we can make a different computation on that data, or we can display that data in MATLAB. So it's a very simple code. You can see just load. The data is the name of file here, this one, and dat is its extension. Just wrote this line in the MATLAB, and if that data is also in the same directory where the MATLAB is currently active, the MATLAB will load this data. It's up to you if you just want to define the size of data, I mean the number of rows or column, but it is not necessary. In the next part, what you need to do, as you can see here, this data has four columns. So you need to define each column, which column represents which uh, property, and you just need to give a name to that property. Suppose first column is X and the column 3 is Y, and the column 2 is Z and column 4 is E. And of course you can describe these columns in the comments, but these columns represents which type of data set. Here, once you complete the code up to the line 17, what you have did actually, you loaded the data and you also explain the data or define the data, which column is being represented by which property. Next, since I want to, and the next section is how we can display this data set. I just created one more column that is that has equal length as the 4 columns I have loaded, so that I can plot these data set against this D. Suppose if D represents to the depth. Here, displaying the results are imported data. In the figure 1, this data has simply displayed vertically, I mean as a function of D. Suppose if D is a depth. And in the next figure, I just created a instead of displaying a vertical curves, I just created the normal distribution curves so that we can display data in a different way. And in the third figure, I just displays the normal distribution curves with the data point as well as, and data point is in the format of a histogram. So if I run this code, suppose, and if I run this code, there will be 3 figures, and I will show you all the figures one by one. This is the first figure in which the data I have loaded in MATLAB has been described or displayed as a function of D, and it is in the way of vertical, how we can plot it as the vertical curves. And in the second figure, what I did, I just displayed the same data sets in the form of normal distribution curves or the Gaussian curves. And in the third figure, I just displayed the data points in the form of histogram along with the Gaussian curves or the normal distribution curves, just to show even if our data set lies within the range of normal distribution curves. So this was just loading and displaying the data. And the final is how we can save the data sets or outcomes. Suppose if I have performed some calculations or computations in MATLAB by using the input values I loaded, and I want to save the data again in the form of .dat file. So how I can save it? First, since there are 4 columns, so first I make a single column in the form of suppose data, and all these are 4 different columns that I want to save. And next I just use a save command, whatever name I want to give to the data that I want to save. Suppose I have given a Ahmed name and with the extension .dat, and this is the same data I want to save. And if I run the MATLAB code, and you will see that the data will be saved here with the same name I have given here. And you can see if I show you the file that I have saved, here it is the file, since these are the 4 columns, and you can see the MATLAB has saved the 4 columns. So this is the end of this video, and thanks for watching. If you have any question, just write in the comments. If you want to see more helpful videos in future, please subscribe the channel. That's where you will get updated and notifications anytime a new content comes out. All right, well, that's all I have for you today. If this video helped you, please give it a thumbs up. I hope to see you again with more helpful videos very soon. Take care and bye bye.